Hey scrapbook friends, it's Nicole and I'm here today to show you how to make a couple of paper stars using your 12-inch trimmer. I'm going to show you an 8-point star and a 6-point star. Now I was motivated or inspired by this. First, I was browsing Pinterest. I saw this quilt design from a place called Wombat Quilts, and I thought it was just so cool, and I thought that would make a cool embellishment on a scrapbook layout. And as I was kind of thinking about this quilt design and trying to figure out how I could translate it into paper crafting, I saw this blog post on the Creative Memories blog, and it's by one of our super talented designers, Krislyn Mattei. And I happened to be on a virtual crop with her this weekend, and she demonstrated some of the techniques that she used on this blog post, specifically these little 6-pointed stars that she made with the Winter Woods collection. And her technique works really well. It involves cutting a circle and measuring and drawing some lines. And to be frank, I am just too lazy for that. And so as I was looking at this, I was thinking about another a YouTube video that I saw from another talented creator named Meggan Jacks. And she showed us how to cut chevrons on the trimmer. And so based on her idea, she uses a template that helps to be a cutting guide. And based on her idea, I adapted her idea to cut a template so that I could cut these little diamond shapes to make these little 6-pointed stars that I got the idea from Krislyn. Okay, so that is what scrapbooking is about, is it's sharing ideas, getting ideas from different people. So what I'm going to do is start with a 4x6 piece of just chipboard. So this is like the cardboard that comes in with our cardstock packs or on our page protectors. I always save these because I always find I have a lot of neat uses for them, a lot of need for them. And then the Creative Memories 13x13 cutting mat. There are probably other mats that have these dimensions on them, maybe a quilting mat. There's probably a way you could do this like with a protractor. I don't think I have a protractor, and I don't think I knew how to use it in 3rd grade when I had to have a protractor. But on the CM cutting mat, we're going to use this 60-degree line, and I'm going to line this up very carefully with the edge on the side right here. Actually, I'm going to line up all the way on the very, very side. Nope, too short. All right, I'm going to line up with this edge right here so that it is as straight as I can possibly make it, because precision really counts when you're doing any of this geometry stuff. So you want to make sure that you can see the line on both sides of this 60-degree thing. All right, so straight as I can get it. All right, it looks straight to me. I hope it looks straight to you. I'm just going to take my pencil. I'm going to mark where the 60-degree line is here and where the 60-degree line is here. And I'm going to go ahead and take my ruler and connect these dots so that I have my 60-degree mark. Then I'm going to take my 12-inch trimmer, and I am going to use the sight lines to make sure that my cuts are as precise as I can make them. The first time I tried this, I think I was off by maybe a degree or a half a degree, and my little pieces didn't line up quite right. So there's my first sight line. There's my second sight line. All right, and then you have to cut a couple times to cut through that chipboard, but this trimmer works great on chipboard. So there you go. Here's my little piece. And then what I'm going to do is you're going to flip it over because you want it to go in this direction so that you can line up with this. Actually, you can use both sides. Nope, that way. So you are going to use this side no matter which direction you go. So I'm going to actually do it down here at the bottom. I found that maybe because I'm doing these YouTube videos, I do a lot more at the bottom. Close your trimmer down to make sure that you can clear this. And then just grab some washi tape. If you're anything like me, I got gobs of washi tape. I buy it. It's so cute, so inexpensive. And then I don't necessarily quite know what I'm doing with it. And then you want to tape this down pretty well so that it doesn't slide, because this is where the magic happens. And actually, I'm going to write on here that this is a 60-degree template so that I don't get it mixed up with some of the ones I have that are 45-degree templates. All right, I'm even going to take a piece right here. And this one's a little tricky because you got to crease it right up against the edge so that you still have that clean line, because this is what your paper is going to ride against. So now I'm going to take my piece of double-sided designer paper. This happens to be from the All My Love collection, and it's one of my very favorites. It's theoretically a wedding collection, but I have used it so many times and never for a wedding. And then you have to kind of decide the size of your star that you want to make. I've been playing around a lot. I think this is a 1-inch. Yeah, so this is a 1-inch size. I think that's 1 1/2, 1 3/4. You know, I've been playing around a lot. I'm going to do this one at 1 1/4, just because I think that's a nice size. And because I've got this tape down here, I'm actually going to make sure I use the other edge to cut my paper. And if I had been thinking right, I probably would have cut my paper first before taping this down. I'm going to go ahead and cut 2 just in case I need them. 1 1/4. All right, so now I'm going to line this up along the edge of the cardboard and make sure that the edge of my strip crosses the cutting line on my trimmer so that I can trim this off. And you see that I'm cutting towards me, and that's because this cardboard is down here. If I put the cardboard up here, I would have pushed away so that if the paper shifts at all, it gets blocked by this little piece, this little cardboard. I don't even know what to call it. In woodworking, I think they might call it a fence. It's just a little stopper. All right, so I'm cutting at 1 1/4 inches because that's the width of my paper. And I need 6 of these little diamond shapes. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so really, truly, I do have enough on here that I could cut that last, well, I'm going to go ahead and do it, last little piece. When you get to where there's not a lot to lean against right here, make sure that this edge is super straight, or you might want to just pull out your second backup piece of paper. But that worked okay for that. And then you're going to want a circle just to be your base. And I'm just going to use a piece of my scrap white cardstock you guys know that I talk about all the time. And for this size, I'm going to use the smallest circle with the red blade on the inside, just to make me a little circle. That's going to be the base for my little 6-pointed star. And then I'm going to take my repositionable adhesive and just pretty much cover the whole little circle with this repositionable adhesive. And you're going to want the repositionable because you do have to kind of jiggle this a little bit, unless, you know, yours is 100% precise. Mine was not. Never is. So, okay, so there's I'm just kind of eyeballing where the center is. It doesn't matter. It can be off. And then you line up the sides and make sure the points in the middle are exactly lined up, and you alternate every other color. All right, so here I went a little too far, so I'm going to move that so that my points are all right pointing in the middle. Oops. All right. And voila, there is your 6-pointed star using the 60-degree angle. If you can't remember, you can do that math. We know that a circle is 360 degrees, so it has to be a whole number divisible by 360. So 6 times 60 gives you 360. You don't have to really remember that math. Just remember you wanted this to be a 60-degree angle. Now, if you want to do the 8-pointed star, it's the same basic principle. And again, this is the one that I learned from Meggan Jacks. Using this 4x6, we're going to cut a 45-degree angle. And for this one, you can use the trimmer blade. And you just line it up along here. And I think she has you put your corner on the 2-inch mark. And you just line it up along that line. So this one's a little faster because you don't have to do all that same measuring. Okay, and then with this one, again, you want to make sure that you don't go under here. So I'm going to do this one at the top. It doesn't matter which way you do it, just personal preference for me, like I say, so I don't have to put my head in the video. I've been doing a lot more down here at this other end, but my trimmer blade probably would appreciate it if or my mat would probably appreciate if I took turns doing some of the others. All right, so let's do this one. And again, I should have cut these ahead before I tape my template down, but you guys know I'm a little on the ditzy side sometimes. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing. I trimmed off my end so that I have a straight side. Because this is a 1-inch, I'm going to go to the 1-inch line, but this time I need 8. And I really don't think I'm going to get, oops, I didn't tape this down and it tried to slide under. So I'm going to just tape this down and put the tape on the cardboard first, and then just use my fingernail to really crease it so I have a straight edge. Okay, 1-inch. 1, 2, 3. Oops, I cut the wrong direction. Cut towards the cardboard so that if it scoots at all, it will realign itself. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so I can get 7 out of this one, but I'm not going to be able to get 8. And you have to be a little careful with this last one because you don't have much of a fence to hold you on. So I'm going to take this last piece and cut my last little diamond. And same thing, I'm going to use my circle. You know, you could use a square even. I mean, I don't think there's anything magical about the circle. You just want to make sure that you have a base to put these on that will be smaller than the finished star so that it doesn't poke out underneath. And of course you could do this straight on your page if you didn't want to do it on any kind of base. But I'm being real generous with this repositionable adhesive so that it will really grip. And then I'm going to do the same kind of thing. And remembering this is the 8 pointed star. And this is the one with the 45-degree angle. And I won't talk about any more math. I'm sorry that I did that earlier. Please don't unsubscribe me for talking about math. All right, I'm not sure that I love these two patterns together, but hopefully it gives you an idea. I do love the Santa hats. Hopefully it gives you an idea of what I'm talking about with the 8-pointed star versus the 6-pointed star. And, you know, basically the same concept. The difference is the angle that you cut your diamonds on. But for both of them, the rules are the same. Cut the width of your strip, and whatever this width is, that's the measurement that you do on the angle. So if this is 1 1/4, you cut it at the 1 1/4 inch line to get your diamonds. It's same regardless of which of the two styles you do, the 8-point or the 6-point star. So I hope this was helpful for you and that you'll be able to create some beautiful little snowflake layouts. I really do love this layout from the CM blog, this Winter Woods, where she used some of the little stickers and embellishments from the Winter Woods pack, and it's just so soft and pretty. And you may be able to figure this measuring stuff out, and that's great. For me, anytime I can have a shortcut. So thanks to Krislyn for the original star idea, and to Wombat Quilts for the quilt that inspired me, and especially Meggan Jacks, who taught me about making the little cardboard template to use with my trimmer. So I have another idea with this trimmer that I'm going to post in a separate, with this template that I'm going to post in a separate video. But I think this one's enough for now. And I would love to see on my Nicole Scrapbooks Facebook page if you create something with these little stars, I would love to see a picture, so feel free to message me there. All right, thank you so much and happy scrapbooking.